If you want to make £200 a day, yes, I said it, £200 a day whilst maintaining your 9 to 5 as a healthcare professional, I'll be showing 3 ways in which you can do this with a bonus at the end, so stay tuned. The first one, drumroll, is starting your own aesthetic clinic. That's basically when you deliver things like lip injections, Botox, fillers, laser hair removal, facials, and so much more. According to the research I did, facials are going for around the 150 mark, lip injections are going for £350. If you have multiple clients in an evening, you will make more than £200 a day. And the process of getting involved in it is relatively simple. All you need to do is find a provider who will teach you how to do these services, and the program's usually about a few days. And once you have finished the program, you'd become accredited, and you could either start your own clinic off the bat, or you could partner with a spa or a salon and basically pitch to them that you'd be extending their offering to their clients, and in return they should give you a discounted room. And the reason why I think this is amazing for healthcare professionals is because you already know the human body. You've probably done some of these things at work. I mean, given local anesthetics, injections, taken blood, etc. So you'd already be familiar with the processes involved in delivering some of these services, and so it's a great way for you to actually transfer your skills outside of work into the world of aesthetics. The second idea is becoming a medical copywriter. It's basically someone who creates content for the healthcare industry, and it could be for journals, patient information leaflets, the pharmaceutical industry, startups, and so much more. The hourly rate for a freelance copywriter in the medical space is £32 an hour, and the average salary is around the £62,500 mark. If we were to break this down practically into an evening, if you had about 2 clients and roughly it took you about 3 hours to do the work, then that would bring you just under £200 a day. Though you had probably dedicated about 6 hours, which may be your entire evening, you would have been able to make that amount of money or close to the £200 mark. And the reason why this is great for healthcare professionals is you know the human body because you've had to study it, and most importantly, you actually understand how patients absorb information and therefore can write in a way that is actually beneficial to them. The third is becoming a medical consultant, and no, I'm not talking about a medical consultant in a clinical sense. I mean someone who's able to offer advice and share their expertise to a healthcare organisation in order to help them grow their business and to make the best decisions for their organisation. I can't give an hourly rate here because the hourly rate depends on how much value you're able to bring to the table. Say you are a trauma and orthopaedic consultant who has 10 years experience and you just happen to have a startup which exited, well, your hourly rate is going to be completely different to someone else who doesn't have those credentials. But the great thing about this is if you have expertise in an area, you can definitely leverage this and work with organisations who are trying to solve problems in this space. I will admit, of the 3 that I've suggested, this one is probably the hardest, just because you need to have an understanding of the business world as well as an understanding of the healthcare space. However, if this is something that you're interested in getting involved in, then it's great if you polish your CV and include interest in the business space that you could demonstrate on there, as well as all the really cool things that you would have done in the healthcare space. And to find roles, you can either look on platforms such as LinkedIn or a cheeky little Google search, or you can go to health expeditions where really interesting startups will showcase their innovation, and you can use that as an avenue to speak to the teams and to try and find a role that way. This is a bonus for all of you who stuck around to the end. The last one is actually becoming a health coach, and not many people talk about this. As a health coach, you could basically go into loads of different areas. If you're interested in wellness, you could do that. If you like exercise or weight loss, nutrition, then again, you could go down that avenue. And the hourly rate for a health coach varies depending on your offering, with some people charging up to £100 an hour per client. In order to be a health coach, you'd basically need to find a health coach training program, and once you've completed that, you'd be fully certified to basically start your work as a health coach. And I think this is amazing for healthcare professionals because naturally we're obsessed with improving patients' health outcomes anyway, and we're taught to deal with patients holistically, and that's what you'd be doing as a health coach. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, don't forget to like it and make sure you comment what your favourite new £200 a day side hustle is. And I'll see you in my next video. Take care, Dr. Uyiosa.